Hi guys, this is our first ever video really talking about deck construction, and after we have finished constructing the deck we are going to go play. We're going to play test and I'm going to edit the deck and I'm going to change the deck. So we're going to be playing a treasure standard deck based around Bootlegger's Stash, which actually just reads lands you control have tap, create a treasure token. Now this really is our win con, and we're going to have a whole bunch of different ways we can really utilize this win con through like sacrifice. We're just going to see how it goes, because it might not work, it might be awesome, because there are so many things. We can create 1/1s, we can use it. There's this card, I can't exactly remember the name, but we can buff that card up and then we can kill the opponent using the card. So there's just a whole bunch of stuff that we can do, and really I can't wait to try it out. So without further ado, let's really just get into this deck building process. Okay, so really we're looking at Bootlegger's Stash, and really at the moment we're actually looking at these three colors, the Jun colors. So if we go in our search bar, type treasure, you can see actually we'll see how it goes. So anyway, so we want this deck to be a mixture of treasure generation and really just artifacts. So we could include stuff like anvil and all that kind of artifact type based stuff, but we could also just go full on with the treasures. So the first thing we need to do is decide on our win cons. So as I said before, there are multiple ways we can go off with Bootlegger's Stash, and the first thing that we need to do is decide how many we want, because we don't really want that many, because it is too expensive, but we don't want to have multiple ones in our hand, because 2 of them on the battlefield does nothing at all. So one potential way we can go off is Stimulus Package. And really this is just tap, sacrifice a treasure, create a 1/1 green and a white citizen token. So I reckon that would actually be like, because the whole point is you tap your lands, create treasures, and then you sacrifice those treasures to create tokens. So you could flood the board with that. The other way we are thinking is going an anvil based route. So really, but to be honest, anvil is really just better suited for cheaper creatures, because we only really need to create 1 artifact, because anvil only triggers once per turn. And Bootlegger's Stash, on the other hand, is a bit too expensive, and we can create heaps of treasures, while anvil only really needs 1 to really be properly utilized. So we're not really sure, but the card that we do want quite a bit is Dragon Spark Reactor. So really, whenever it enters the battlefield or an artifact enters the battlefield, put a charge count on, and then we can sacrifice it and deal damage to the number of charge counters onto a target player and a creature. So if we do get Bootlegger's Stash on the board, we can literally like tap all our lands, create heaps of treasures, and then we can also, then that would create, like, let's just say we have 6 lands, we have this guy on, say, let's just say 3 already, we place this guy, he goes to 4, next turn we tap all our lands, all our 6 lands, and suddenly he's on 10, which is insane. So really that is the way we're actually probably going to do this. And then Stimulus Package will just be a nice thing to do, because it also does create 2 treasure tokens, so that's not that bad. Okay, so now we really have our win con. Actually, there's actually one other win con that we can talk about, and that is, where is it? Pythage Arsonist. So really, it deals X damage to any target where X is the number of opponents who sacrifices 10. And as you can imagine, you tap all your lands to create treasure tokens. Then you sacrifice all these treasure tokens to create 1/1s or cast other spells. And then you'll tap Fire Sledge Archonist, and you'll do heaps of damage to the opposition. However, we prefer Dragon Spark Rector way much more, because this is only at that turn, and Dragon Spark Rector can build up over time. And also, this doesn't really have any other, I would say, use other than really dealing the damage to the opposition, while Dragon Spark Rector can also be used to remove a creature and deal damage at the same time, which is handy. Okay, so now that we have got our win cons down, we need our card engines, and this is a part that we're actually very excited about. So the card that's no surprise is Fable, just an all-round great card. And what I love about Fable as well is it can discard multiple copies of, say, Bootlegger's Stash or Stimulus Package, and it can also be used to find them as well. So that would be good. And the other one we're actually looking at is a new card this set, and that really is, sorry I went past it, Sanrith Steelseeker. So whenever an Elsewhere enters the battlefield, you look at the top card of your library, and if it's a land card, you reveal it and put it in your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. So a good way to think about this is it's practically Explore all the way back from Ixalan. So it's Explore except without the +1/+1 counters. And this can be very, very handy, because late game we can scry to find our good stuff, and it also means we're not really top decking land, because we are just getting all of our land from Steelseeker anyway. That's really the main card I'm looking at as I draw, because unfortunately we don't have access to the Ixalan set. Otherwise would have the treasure map. I think that's what it's called, the treasure map. Okay, I'm just gonna go through and look. The other card that we do actually want is Black Market Tycoon. And some of you may be thinking this is very dangerous, because if we have spare treasures, we're going to be dealt 2 damage. And that does kind of suck. But we're not planning to have a lot of treasures around in the first place. We're planning to create the treasures and then really sacrifice them as soon as possible. So this card does go really well with Stimulus Package as well, which is good. Okay, yeah, and the other card that I am actually thinking about quite a lot is Teething Wormlet. So whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, it creates 1 life. No, I gain 1 life, and then if this is the first time, we put a +1/+1 counter on Teething Wormlet. So, and it also has Death Touch as long as you can drop 3 more artifacts. So this card really can scale up, because we can really curve, because we like the amount of 2 drops we have, but we can really curve into that really easily. Unfortunately, my 12 rare wild cards are going to take quite a hit in this building. But the question is, how many do I want? Now, really, the reason why I really want this isn't actually the +1/+1 ability, that is nice. It's to gain 1 life. And I'm not even sure if I want to include the 4th black, but really, if we're looking at gain life options, We got Grizzly Sigil, which I've actually tried before. I don't really like it because it's a sorcery, and that's a problem. But if we're looking at some game life options here, they're not really the best. Maybe we're gonna... Okay, spell artifact wrong. Yeah, we don't really have much going for us in terms of game life options. So really, the teething wormlet is really the best way to do this. Okay, so we've kind of deviated from our card draw option now, because those two cards were supposed to are really just like fillers that help us win our game plan, but now we need the most important thing, removal. So right now we actually have no black in our deck, and that is something we need to consider. Do we go Grill or do we go Jund? And to be honest, I much prefer going Jund, because that just gives us options to so many more different cards. So if we're looking at our sacrifice, in live is nice, but we want to be able to sacrifice Diabolic Intent would also be nice, but we don't want to sacrifice our early game creatures. So yeah, we're looking, and the other one actually is Grixis Infiltrator. That can be a little bit of a dark horse, because playing a lot of treasure, we can actually sacrifice quite a bit and really buff this guy up, but he has really no other purpose, and we already have 3 2-drops in our deck, so we're probably not looking at it. The other one is Power Stone Fracture, which is an additional cost. Really sacrifice an artifact or creature, destroy target creature or planeswalker. With this card, it's interesting. Like, if this was 1 mana, I would not hesitate to jump on it. But it's sorcery speed, and Go for the Throat destroys target non-artifact creature, and we don't have to sacrifice anything, which is nice. So we're actually not that sure about whether or not we want to include this in our deck or not. So for now, we're actually not going to include that. Another thing is Braids, but we actually don't want to include Braids in the deck. Hitsuju Devouring Chaos. Honestly, it does fit into the deck in the sense that you create a lot of treasures, then we can use a lot of treasures to excel the top card and play it. But yeah, I've tried a Hitsuju deck before. Okay, so our primary removal here is really Voltage Surge. That's the main one. And also Dragon Spark Corrector is also removal as well. The other thing is Professional Facebreaker. I mean, this can be pretty handy. We probably only want to include 2 copies of it. And yeah. I mean, I really do want to actually splash in some black mana. That way we do have access to stuff like Riveteer's Charm. But I'm just wondering, is that... Because the other thing is we do need Graveyard Hate in this deck, and that's really for the sideboard. So, because our main Graveyard Hate generally comes in the form Graveyard Trespasser. and I'm always including 4 copies of Graveyard Trespass in our sideboard whenever we're playing black, just because it's just such a good card. So yeah. The other card I'm actually thinking of here is Soul Transfer. Why, you may be asking? Well, really, Soul Transfer is really just great because we do have Fable and Stimulus Package, and being able to return a creature card, because none of our creatures are really game-breaking, winning type stuff. Maybe just 2 for them at the moment, but we really do need to find a way, and it also is an Excel effect, which is very nice, and it can also destroy a Planeswalker. But we're just thinking, we probably want more treasure options. The thing is, Jewel Thief, I reckon, would be very handy. Like, even as a sideboard card, it will be very handy against stuff such as aggro decks. Reckoning Bankbuster, great card, but I just don't think it fits in this deck. Because we already have nice draw in Fable and Sareth Steelseeker. I mean, they're not draw cards really, but and also Professional Facebreaker is also quite nice. Where do we see us? Okay, so we're gonna go Sacrifice again. I mean, Maker's Very Slow Refill is another option. An option is Reckoning Bankbuster. Sorry, Reckoning's Bargain. But most of the time we'll probably be trying to sacrifice the treasure. I reckon right now we don't have enough treasure generation. Which actually is the big problem. We want to include more black stuff, really. Because... do we actually? This is hard. I mean, obviously Riveteer's Requisitioner I'm actually looking at. I mean, for treasure generation we do have Black Market Token, Stimulus Package, Fable Token, but the problem here is, really Stimulus Package is the only one that really creates on entry. And Professional Facebreaker can also deal damage. I mean, I think Atsushi Blazing Sky will also be nice, even as just a one-off. Oh yes, that's the card that we want. Big score, perfect. Okay, so now that we're looking at this deck, yeah, I reckon we want Jewel Thief in our sideboard. The other one is 2 copies of Crisp. Court Briefcase could be helpful, because it is a treasure. It creates a potential blocker. Okay, I'm just trying to imagine possible hands here, because what we really don't want is like a hand such as like Voltage Surge, Sarinth, Professional. Actually, Okay, so practically just get we want as many artifacts as possible. Okay, so if we go over here, we got 8 artifacts. Well, we want as many things that can create artifacts, but I'm also not really sure about our removal as well. Because to be honest, Voltage Surge can only move stuff up to 4, and Dragon Spark Rector is a little bit expensive. I reckon we do need to include black just for that, because the other thing is Brotherhoods. Actually, in this version of a treasure deck, Brotherhood's End isn't really that big of a problem, because the whole point is we want to be exiling as much stuff as possible. No, sorry, sacrificing as much treasures as possible. Actually, that's the other thing I just realized. We don't really have that many ways to sacrifice at instant speed. So I actually really like the direction this deck is going. But, well, having said that, okay, we're just going to include some titans in it. But having said that, the other thing we actually haven't looked at is we could include Cityscape Leveler as well. This is a kind of a big conundrum. Yeah, we like Korea's briefcase because it does work well. We don't want to cut any of our removal. This is very interesting. The other thing is, do we want 25 land? I reckon I'm just going to go with 25 because we do have quite a bit of treasure generation. Okay. I feel like this deck does need black. Because we actually don't have that much removal. And we don't have any Excel graveyard options as well. I'm going to include Unlicensed Sets, because Unlicensed Sets does actually go decently well with our deck. Actually, oops, just land's not the lost will go well with our deck. Better. Yeah, okay, so what I don't like about this deck right now, what I'm really seeing the problem here is Black Market Tycoon, and the main problem is, as in 1 damage per treasure would be great, but it's 2, and Chris Briefcase is also a treasure. Yeah, that's a very good point. Maybe we don't want Professional face breaker. Okay, practically we want something like Stimulus Package. Maybe we include 4 copies of Stimulus Package in our deck then. Wait, we want something that can be able to sacrifice on command. Like, I'm talking like something like a Professional Face Breaker, for example, or a Stimulus Package. So practically it sacrifices something, and then we're looking. That's the other thing. Like, we could have, say, a portal or something in our deck to build up to. Okay. So really, what we're thinking at the moment is we're just going to give this a try. I want this a 3 mana. Maybe, actually, that's something we actually have color spells, because color spells would trigger with Sarenth and Dragon Spark Reactor. Python here is a potential option. Bank Busters, nice. Maybe that's it. The Celestis. Actually, but that only activates every time you can use a sorcery. Okay. So here's actually what I'm thinking. Let's see. What was it, this card? That card would be really good, but it's put into the graveyard and no token artifact. So what I'm thinking here is actually we also want something that has like a. We're actually thinking this is creature, isn't it? Yes, whenever a creature control dies. What we're thinking is including some Reckoner Bank Busters. And the whole point is that Reckoner Bank Busters the whole point here is that Reckoner Bank Busters do trigger Sarenth and Black Market Tycoon, and they can be used as an alpha light. And they can also be used to, like, maybe if we do have a few treasures, we can tap the Bank Buster. Okay. Yep, we'd like that. Okay. Me 9 rares, bye bye. Okay, let's pray this works. Okay, so we are in our first match. I'm gonna play first. And we like this hand. I like this hand a lot, actually. Okay, so Zuto's ground. Oh, okay, so this is the question. I can Dragon Spark Raptor first, because really, then we can place Reckon a Bank Buster maybe turn 4. Okay, I actually really like. Oh, that kind of sucks. That would have been great if we drawn that one turn earlier. Okay, so we want to talk about this. Oh. Play Sarah Steel Seeker. Okay, so that Pursuit draw is actually really good. Okay, get rid of 2 Action Explosions, okay. Okay, Voltage Surge. We're good on the treasure token. So I'm gonna discard the Zeto's roaming ground. Okay. What do we do now? Do we want to draw? Do we want to besiege? Because we want to be able to win. Yeah, maybe another Dragon Spark Raptor. Honestly, the whole point of this is really just to see how it works. Okay, so right now we got, so what is 12 damage to the opposition. That's another card we could use. Can't. We actually need to start worrying about our lifetime. I would say we've lost. Okay, so the problem there is we couldn't really stop them. They just created too many treasures. So we actually like Jewel Thief in the 3rd slot. Potentially instead of Big Skull. Actually, we didn't really need Reckon a Bank Buster. So this is how we're gonna go out. Now we weren't really the biggest fan of Reckon a Bank Buster that much. Maybe it was just how he played it, but I reckon the Jewel Thief will actually be very nice. Okay, so 2 draws. Okay, Black Market take care. Stormseeker. I'm gonna activate our ability. Okay, we actually like teething a lot here. The only thing is, if he moves Black Market Tycoon a little bit more in this position. Yep, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna swing in. Oh, damn it. Okay. So we do these on the last episodes. Kinda sucks. Yes, another tapped power token. I'd say I actually reckon we're looking pretty good this match. Oh, voltage surge, that's a hard one. We actually really like our position here because we can easily sacrifice all these treasure tokens to the stimulus package, and that's going to allow us okay, so that does destroy Dragon Spark Reactor. And I'm gonna kill the Stormseeker. I'm gonna sacrifice. It's 4-1-1. Okay. This is actually going very well so far. Okay, another land isn't ideal. Okay, so we're going to 1-1. Gonna swing in with our teething one. See, the other thing here is if he does have a board wipe, we're kind of in some trouble. I mean, oh damn it! Okay, that sucks. We only really win one more turn. But so we do have a job of Black Vector. See, this is stage here. We really do want to top deck save blue ones. Stash. even if we do lose this game, I reckon we showed promising signs. And we're currently flooding out. Okay, so what we're probably gonna do, another Dragon Spark Rector doesn't save us in today's game. Okay, so this post-game wraps, we had heaps of potential there, okay? This deck is definitely has heaps of potential. I reckon we're actually onto something quite big here. So I reckon I'm probably gonna try and give it a try with potentially black involved, and the black really isn't for anything such as for the sacrifice targets, more for removal, as you see also in that case we actually do need to pack some sort of removal, but the question is, what do we take out? That will still be an issue. So yeah, we might just we'll see how it goes practically. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna actually remove, I reckon, our Brain Busters. They might come in handy, but we actually like the look of Sand Steel Seeker, and actually the other thing was Jewel Thief. I thought Jewel Thief was actually a very good card that we can use. As for what to take out, sorry, not Fable, Big Score. Actually, Black Market Tycoon I loved. So we're going to keep 4 of in the main deck. Maybe only 2 Jewel Thieves. Anyway, for black, the cards that we are considering is Riveteer's Charm, Unleashed Inferno, but mainly Riveteer's Charm. Actually, we're probably going to keep it. Yeah, we are going to keep it. Big Skull. Yeah, we are going to keep it raw. But the big thing is removal. So how are we going to do that? That is a question. Because the other thing we really don't want our opponent getting is shielded, so we have to be yeah, maybe just a few Riveteer's Charms. Oh, we do not want to do that though. We do not want to do that. This is very interesting. If we canvas our sacrifice abilities, that's actually another one we could include. Pendragon Strongbow. The only problem is that we have to pay a mana and sacrifice an artifact, so that really is 2 treasure tokens. Yeah, I don't really see any potential options here. As for our sideboard, yeah, we only have 3 dual thieves for some reason. We like dual thieves, so we're gonna have that one in. Cheating Moment was great. Anyway, I think we like the deck. The other thing we could do is Gemma's Fix. No, we don't like that. Harvest Engineers is also a good card because, well, we are treasure base with these two. Power Stone could come in handy for, say, Dragon Spark Reactor. But really, see, this card would also be great, except it's non-token artifacts. So that's really Dragon Spark Reactor and Bootlegger's Stash as our only two. The other one is our fight spells. Bushwhack, Tail Swipe, Epic Prize Fights potential. Or 5 damage. Potentially. Yeah, I'm probably going to include 4 copies of Burning Flame. Finish deck, and we're gonna hop in another match, see how we do. The deck that we actually really want to play against is Grixis. We want to play against Grixis in the match, as we think that will be well. I'm curious to see how that will go, because our point is for it to become a tier 1 deck, one gotta compete with the other tier 1 decks. And Mono Red Power Stone ain't really the best deck out there. Like, I have to say I struggle against it quite a bit, so it is a pretty good deck, but yeah. Okay, so a lot of land. Okay, that Jewel Thief is nice. Finally get to see how good it really is. Yeah, we're playing against John. What would be lovely here is like 2 drops actually. Okay, Bootlegger's Stash. That is nice. Procedure. Sorry. We can procedure that, but we don't want to because it gives them basic land. And from the look of things, he's probably playing. Actually, he could be playing Jund, but maybe. Okay, yeah, he is playing Jund. Okay, we're gonna block that. We're looking at Invoke Despair here. Guaranteed. Ah, Groovy Kicks. So really what we do want to do... Okay, that was a mistake by me, I should have besieged you there first. Oops. Yeah, that is actually like my bad, that was Bad play by me. Okay, so we are gonna kill the Grody. Should have done that last turn. And then what we're thinking here is sacking our treasure, create a 1/1, sacrifice a 1/1. Okay, so we are winning. Oh crap, we've lost. Okay, so we're not looking at the best at the moment, if I'm gonna be honest. I'm not entirely sure about the cards that we haven't seen yet. Man, Bootlegger's Stash, that would have been great if we did have something on the board. We just didn't have anything really. But only have 2 lands lost. We're definitely looking at land lost here. Probably want to cut 1 Facebreaker. We'd like to Jewel Thief quite a bit there. 1 Facebreaker. Maybe a stimulus package. Yeah, really have no way to destroy Time of Industry once it enters the battlefield. I reckon we actually do need a clue black. Like, yeah, as much as. So we're gonna go play first. Where's Black Market Tycoon? Yeah, inclusive taxidermist. Interesting. See, what I could have done there was place the Professional Break and attack with Black Market Tycoon, but then we would have lost 2 life. Okay. Okay, so we're actually going to attack with the Facebreaker here. Okay, so he does not block. Okay, the Jewel Thief is actually very good because I find, especially against the Goblin Shaman, it's just great to be able to have a blocker. Okay, so he does remove the blocker. Okay, the next question we need to ask ourselves. With Bootlegger's Stash, we don't really want Black Market Tycoon in the game, to be honest. So we're going to make another treasure token. Okay, so now the important thing here is we're actually going to sacrifice our treasures. Because because we can always tap these two and create treasures. Okay, the question is, if he can remove the bootlegger stash, he may be in some issues here. But he does potentially have, yeah, here's the mana to cast, yeah, Titans of Industry. Sucks quite a bit. Okay, so we're going to destroy the reflection. Are we actually? We're going to save it to next turn, see what we hit. She's gonna place Teething Wormlet, which now has Death Touch, which is nice. Okay. So before you're wondering, we can sacrifice this instant speed. Oh frick, I kinda stuffed up. Yeah, because now I can, yeah, that's a mistake by me. Okay, we gain 1 life, yay! But I wonder if it's just me playing this deck badly. Because we are in some trouble here. Okay, so this deck definitely does have potential. We're probably gonna have to edit it a little bit though. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is remove our running farms. We actually don't like that card at all. Second thing I was considering doing is trading 1 Face Breaker for a Jewel Thief. I just reckon Jewel Thief was actually really good there. Because A, it creates a treasure token, and B, it can be used as a blocker for that Fable token. And since Fable is such a good card and is so popular, unfortunately we haven't drawn 4 teachers yet, it's very important. Now the other thing another card that I was actually just thought of right now was Ginny Fae. We'll just... Okay, so Ginny Fae, give me a second. This is great, really. So practically, you may, if you create 1/1 tokens, you may instead create that many 2/2 green cat token creatures with haste, or that many 3/1 green dog creatures with tokens with vigilance. Now, I reckon Black Market Tycoon does definitely belong in a Ginny Fae deck. But the reason why I'm going to add Ginny Fae to this deck is because Ginny Fae does not work with Teething Wormlet or Dragon Spark Rector or Sound Steel Seeker. Because the treasure tokens don't actually ever enter the battlefield. Instead, creature tokens do instead. That means that Teething Wormlet, Dragon Spark Rector, and Sound Steel Seeker won't really activate at all. So that is the reason why we're not going to include Ginny Fae in our deck. I actually do want to build a Genie Fey deck, so that is something that I'm going to do maybe later on, and if you're interested in that, just put a shout out in the comments. But for now, we actually do need something that can remove the big creatures, and Riveteer's Charm, if I'm being honest, is the best way to do this. But I don't want to remove anything from the deck. Professional Face Break is the one. I reckon. A1 Stimulus package. Okay, in terms of land, we're just going to include 4 Haunted Ridges and 2. Yeah, we don't want... yeah, we don't want the swamp. Really, we're not really concerned about not getting black mana because we do have treasure token generation. Okay, so now that we have done that, let's get into our third match, see if this works better. This may not work at all. But I just think the deck will be so much better with Riveteer's Charm in it, purely because it does enable us to remove those bigger creatures that Foxy Surge can't hit. And it also does give us another potential option. Okay, so we like this. We like this go out quite a bit. So Teething Worm. Interesting. So I'm thinking. Okay, so he does remove the Teething Worm, but really he should have done that in my turn, just to make sure. But okay, he does get a Corpse Appraiser. Okay, to be completely honest with you, things aren't going too well. Really, we're flooding out. See, really, Fable would be the best card here, because can draw. See, the thing here is, if we did have another card, we could place Teething on there. Okay. Definitely Black Market Tycoon here. So it looks like we are playing against a vampire deck. Interesting. Okay, another one. That's really tough. Okay, so props to Ashiok for coming with an interesting deck. Okay, so I'm thinking. Oh crap! Alright. What would be great here is a big score or a Fable. Another land is not what I would consider great. Okay, so we're looking at. I reckon we've lost this game. Definitely. Okay, so we're gonna concede. We're looking at vampires. So we like it braids. Jewel Thief, what do we remove? Want as much removal as possible. Black market tycoon's too easily removed. I feel like this is really our main treasure generator, especially early game. Maybe big score's a little bit too slow. And maybe one favored. See, that's the other thing. Maybe a few games we should try and focus on really getting. What was it? I just had mind blank. The 7/7. You guys should go. Okay, so the problem with this deck here, right here, is that. Okay, that is great. That is great. Does he have removal though? Yes, he does. Really, you actually don't really like look of Dragon Spark. Reactor in the sense yet. Okay, 2 dualities is max, but right now I can just go and try and get some pressure down on the opposition. Okay, Dracula. We really have no good way to remove Dracula because we do not have Exile removal. So that kind of sucks. Definitely something we'll want to remove. Okay, so he scoops. Fable was really good there. So yeah, something that we've actually discovered is we do have no Exile removal, which kind of does suck. Actually, to be completely honest, Bootlegger's stash hasn't been that good. We haven't really gone it down yet. Maybe it's because we don't have enough copies of it in our deck. Okay, so the problem here with this is we don't really have a second mana. Yeah, I'm actually really happy to see that. Okay, so he seems to be very aggressive, and right now we're actually relying on the third land job quite a bit. Because if we don't get that, we have to place black market Tokyo. Okay, so it looks like this guy doesn't have much land either. Okay, so both on mana issues, I guess that is only fair. But we're probably looking at, yeah, voltage surge. Okay, so we do get that land, which is excellent. Okay, he also gets that land, but no black mana. Place a teething one there. Place Jewel Thief. Get that +1/+1 counter and swing for 3 damage. Okay, so we got a life gain set up. Okay, perfect. Good win, good win. That's our first win, really. This is going to be the end of the video. We're going to release another video, so do not worry about that. And hopefully we will see this deck improve, because it is definitely far from perfect at the moment. That win wasn't really the best win, if I'm going to be honest. He had mana issues one game, and the other game he just really scooped without giving up much of a fight. So this deck definitely does have a lot of holes, but probably going to try and look to fill those holes. Something I noticed was that the stash wasn't the best, if I'm going to be honest. It was a little bit expensive, but we're going to try and give it a little bit more shots. So yeah, just make sure you subscribe. It's next video, the deck will get even better, and yeah, it's going to be great. Let's see if this deck can become a tier 1 deck.